Did that sort of take you off guard? Were you expecting that?
I wasn't expecting it. It didn't take me off guard. It's so weird to hear your voice in person. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out a little bit.
Hey, I watch you more than you watch me, I think.
I doubt it.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How have you been?
Good. Not too bad.
Listen, Greg, I got you some flowers and I got you some
thank you very
candy.
much. There we go. You strike the pose. You talk that certain way.
Strike the pose. Strike pose number 13. Yes, pose number 13. The name is Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan.
Pick up any local paper here in Milan, and when it comes to fashion, there's one person's trials and tribulations they like to write about more than any others, which is amazing in this model-oriented and fashion-oriented town. The one person they write about the most, British supermodel Naomi Campbell. The American public is so forgetful and forgiving. If you had disappeared, and I know that's difficult, but if you had gone somewhere for 5 years or 10 years and come back, there possibly wouldn't have been the perception there is now that you are a killer.
No, I think a lot of people in America will never change their mind. I would say 40% of my friends now who I've met since then, when they first met me, thought I had committed these crimes. They don't feel that way now.
So either it doesn't affect you at all, or you've got a really brave public face.
That's the I guess the misconception. I think people try to put their weaknesses on you. I always felt I was a pretty strong individual. See, you probably couldn't handle that.
I probably couldn't.
Yeah.
You're right.
And most people couldn't handle that. So since they couldn't handle that,
how could
they can't believe that I could handle it.
How can you handle it? What is it? What is it about you that it just doesn't affect you?
Well, I think whatever it is why I was so popular for most of my adult life.
I'm Greg Agnew in the E! News studio with this special report. Legendary Hollywood writer-director Billy Wilder has died at the age of 95.
Rather than the Republicans, even though a lot of them are rich now, they still stick to those sort of basic roots.
What about this argument that Joe Lieberman, the number 2 guy on the ticket, is anti-industry violence, he's anti-Hollywood, but apparently they're saying this week all's forgiven.
It does seem very quick, doesn't it? Just a week after he's been named as the possible vice president.
And I'm doing the very complex event of Olympic hot tubbing. Just kidding. Sorry.
On camera?
Yeah, I don't think so.
This Olympic set is worlds away, in every sense, from the last Today Show road trip, which went to the 2000 Sydney Summer Olympics. That show was done overnight, Sydney time.
Matt, how different do you find it? Last time I talked to you was in Sydney.
Right.
It was during a thunderstorm, and it was 1 a.m., I think, Sydney time, and outside the window, people, they were rather drunk.
They'd had a few pints, as
really
they say in Sydney, yeah. Here we get people who are either coming in from a very long night, or most people who are just a little bleary-eyed.
Princess Diana's legacy lives on in the charities she worked for, in the way she's still warmly remembered by her fans, in the fact she changed the royal family forever. Are you going to make any more movies together?
You are just relentless. Leave me alone.
These are easy questions.
They're not.
No. This is Stan Goldman. He was a legal analyst for us at E! during the OJ trials, and now he's a legal analyst for Fox News. We've borrowed him over here. So, Stan, this looks like it's really moving pretty quickly. Do you think they're going for the speedy trial option, or it's just moving of its own momentum?
I'm going to ask some questions.
You asked me a question.
Greg.
Yes, George.
When did you come here from New Zealand?
1984, so...
1984.
What was that? Yeah,
16 years almost.
16 years ago.
Did you want to go into broadcasting
15
from
years
the
ago.
beginning?
Well, I was in radio in New Zealand.
You were?
And then somehow ended up in TV in America. Isn't this country great?
It is. It works out nice that way.
It really does, yeah.
I know.
They met me at LAX and said, hey.
Come on, we got a job for you.
You can go on TV.
You'd always go, well, you were Rosemary Clooney's nephew. It must have been easier for you. But yeah, I got off the plane in 1982 and they go, Rosemary Clooney's nephew? Come on, we got a series for you.
Well, thanks for the interview. Thanks for interviewing me. I'm Greg Agnew. This is George Clooney. And this is E! News.